Alright, you beautiful peoples of the internet. So today I've got something hot off the press, and this would be the PS5 teardown. So we finally get a look at what exactly is inside the PS5. The teardown itself is all in Japanese, but you can put subtitles, and it's available straight from the PlayStation's YouTube channel. I'll be having it playing in the background here. And there's some very interesting news with this PlayStation. So first of all, we've got the two ports on the front, USB-C and a high-speed USB Type A port. Doesn't say what speed the USB Type A, but on the back we've got the 10GB USB Type A port, which technically is a USB 3.1, 3.2, something like that. HDMI out, and obviously your AC or your power adapter. So that's all pretty nice and clean and set up. We also goes through that the whole rear part of the PS5 there is an exhaust port. So the fans are at the corner at the front. That rounded corner at the top front is where the inlet for the air is. The inlet goes in there, and all the air comes out the Mac. Now, quite interestingly, a nice little touch there with the base stand, that you can store the screw that holds it onto the bottom in the stand, and then that also holds a little plug, and it just twists and locks away. I thought that's a really nice little added feature there. It shows you a little bit more quality in the manufacture of the actual PS5. So it looks like the actual outer casing comes off fairly easily. As you can see in the video here, he just quite simply pulls on one corner, and I think he pulls it back towards him. It's a bit like a PS. He's obviously using a bit of pulls it to the right hand side, so you've got to lift and pull from one corner, and I think you repeat it then on the other side. Looks like it comes off a lot easier at the bottom. And this gives you a look at the fan now inside. And what I think is really nice about this, but we'll see later on in the video, is that fan is easily removable, which means that cleaning the fan will be great. And also he's pointing out here that there are two ports that will apparently collect the dust. If you live in a dusty location over time, you're all going to fit up dust, and you just use a small vacuum to vacuum the dust out of there. So here he is now. He's just going to remove one of the side plates, and bingo, this is where your SSD would go, if you can afford to put one in there. That means. So that's nice to know. So it's quite simple. It's just lift and pull, and then you can get straight to the SSD port that's hidden away under a little metal shroud. So not that complicated at all. That's quite nice. Now, although he starts to pull off and pull the thing apart here, it looks like you can get to the fan without actually pulling the tamper plate off. So here we go. This is the bit where he's pulling out just one or two screws, and look, it just pops straight out. Now that's great, because that means you can clean the dust off the fan very, very easily, and it doesn't look like you'll even void your warranty there. It looks like if you can wiggle your screwdriver around, you can just pull that out without having to remove the tamper plate. So that's good. He's going to take off the top shroud now, and obviously on the left there, that's your Blu-ray DVD 4K Blu-ray drive unit, shrouded in a solid metal shroud around that, and that's to reduce noise. It's got the little dampeners on there as well, and then that's internal what it looks like. It looks like he's using a very similar kind of mechanism that's inside your PS3, PS4. Here's your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi. So it's got Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.1, so there's an upgrade there on your Bluetooth and an upgrade on the Wi-Fi. So that's very much a good thing, I believe. A nice metal shroud now. Now, he didn't really go into that too much, but there was a heatsink on the back of that metal shroud. Now, this is where the CPU is kept, and there's some very interesting information about the CPU. It looks like some of the early leaks about the PlayStation 5 cooling system were true, and that is, it's actually using liquid metal, which is a fantastic thing. The great thing about liquid metal is, one, it has a really great transference of heat, much better than say using normal thermal paste. And the other thing is it lasts for years and years. You can get 8 to 10 years easily out of liquid metal. And I'm quite interested in how they've put the memory round in a sort of octagonal shape around the CPU. And looking here now, the SSD is a solid, basically chip based. That's based straight onto the motherboard, so there's no moving parts with your memory here. There's no hard drive recording the memory. And what he's pointing out here is your special input-output I/O controller that's going to be controlling all that information coming off the memory. So yeah, definitely a very interesting teardown and breakdown, and it's very small die size. To be fair, it's looks like half the size of the Xbox Series X, and again, it's just on one single motherboard. Looks well manufactured. And here's a quick look at the liquid metal, and you can see they're nice and wet. Good thing about liquid metal, it'll never really dry out, so it'll always remain a good cool system, and quite a large sizable heat sink that he's pulling out here as well. It's not vapor cooled, but apparently it's as good as any vapor cooled air chamber. Again, now just lifting up the power supply, and it's a 350 watt power supply, which is quite a hefty sum of power. And then the final sort of the front part where your USB cables all go in. So that's the complete teardown of the PS5. So thank you for your view, thanks for watching, you're all beautiful, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.